Back-to-school savings are officially in session at Tanger Outlets. Shop tax-free August 2nd through 6th and save up to 70% off the latest school styles. The best of apparel, footwear, accessories, and more. Save at Nike Factory Store, American Eagle, Gap Outlet, Crocs, Under Armour, Banana Republic Factory, and hundreds more. There's always something happening. Discover the latest fun and events all season long. Tanger Outlets, your savings destination.
You're listening to the Archaeology Podcast Network.
Welcome to ArchaeoAnimals. This is a new podcast on the Archaeology Podcasting Network, and we're going to be talking about zooarchaeology. I'm one of the hosts, Alex Fitzpatrick, and with me is...
And I'm Simona Falanga.
So yeah, let's start off our episode 0. Let's talk a little bit about what zooarchaeology is. Basically, it's the study of dead animals, if you want to be pretty brief about it. Anything you want to add?
Usually, the way I'd like to explain zooarchaeology is looking at the dead animals to tell you more about the dead people.
That's actually a pretty good way to do it.
Because I think that by studying animal remains, there's such a plethora of information that you can learn about the people and how they lived and their economy. I mean, unless you're like me, who just literally just likes to learn more about the animals themselves.
I just like bones, so yeah, we're two different zooarchaeologists here to give you our opinions on zooarchaeology and dead animals. That's basically our show. So basically the way the episodes are going to work is we're going to cover a bit of a main topic. It could be a certain species of animals. It could be a type of animal, like farm animals, animals in rituals, stuff like that. And then we'll come up with some case studies, right?
Although, it might be very heavy on British case studies because we're both based in the UK and sort of work more with British archaeology, so expect a lot of Roman stuff.
Yeah, occasionally we'll try to branch out to other countries, but I think the two of us mostly know stuff here in Britain, so yeah, apologies for that in advance. But we also would like to have some guests on occasionally. I think we have a couple of guests in mind for future episodes.
Yes, we do. Actually, I'm still slowly working on that. Go well, and hopefully we can branch out to other parts of the world and time period, because it's not all about this tiny, small island we live in. So...
And there's definitely loads of zooarchaeologists out there who work on very specific types of animals, types of time periods, types of regions that we don't necessarily get to see. So yeah, look out for a couple of special guests in the near future. And we'll be releasing episodes on the first Tuesday of each month, so definitely look out for that. And definitely also send questions to our show Twitter. We are at ArchaeoAnimals on Twitter, and we also use the hashtag ArchaeoAnimals. So if you have any questions about zooarchaeology, any suggestions on future episodes, just let us know, and we'll keep in consideration, because if it's garbage, we won't do it.
Yeah, so the one very nice way of using the ArchaeoAnimals hashtag as well is it's not just about if you have questions or queries, but if you actually are a professional zooarchaeologist and you want to share any aspect of your research, please feel free to use the hashtag as well, because the way it was originally meant is sort of to create a platform for people in the field or people that are just interested in the subject to sort of share them little facts and research that they've been focusing on, but whatever really. Just if you got any, interesting information about cats in this one village in Belgium, we want to hear about it.
Yeah, definitely. And also help us find some future guests, maybe. If you have research that you'd like to talk about, let us know. We'd love to have you on our podcast.
I can already think of so many people.
I just want it to be me. I want to be the only person on this podcast, to be honest.
I'm sorry, we technically do already have a permanent guest.
It's me.
Well, actually, I was going to say that it's Milady Bastet.
Oh, your cat. It is also your cat, who I love, but it's also me.
And bear in mind the spelling STET, because when I usually tell people what my cat's called, they think I'm saying something entirely different and rather rude. It's Bastet, as in the ancient Egyptian cat goddess.
So do you want to end this episode 0 with just kind of talking about who we are and what we do real quick, so that people at least...
Who am I? What do I do?
Yeah, we do things. It would be nice, I think, for people who are listening to this podcast, all, 3 of them, to know kind of who's going to be talking into their ears for an hour.
I'm a commercial field archaeologist, so what that means, I work in the British commercial sector, so we do excavation and recording of archaeological features ahead of development. And also in my spare time, I do like to do a bit of SciComm on Twitter, so you'll be able to find me under the name of Crazy Bone Lady, which was meant to be a play on words on Crazy Cat Lady, but I don't think that caught on. And on my profile, I like to do a series of SciComm activities, and sort of they range from just SciComm content to quizzes and things. So as I said, you can find me on Twitter at Crazy Bone Lady, which was supposed to be a play on words on Crazy Cat Lady, but I don't think it's caught on very well. And over there, I like to do quite a bit of SciComm. And the 3 hashtags they'll probably most likely see me using are, ArchaeoAnimals, which I think, as we mentioned before, was intended for zoo archaeologists to bring them together and get them to promote their research, or even just people that are interested and read more about a particular topic and want people to know about it. Submissions are very much welcome. I also tweet quite a bit on ArchaeoCats that sort of focuses on specifically the archaeology of cats. And also what I try and do every Sunday is a quiz sort of ID game called Skull Sunday, where I post a photo of an animal skull every week, and people usually have about 24 hours to guess the species. Of course, that has been on hold for the last couple of weeks, purely because there's only so many skulls a woman can own. Because I also try to source as many as I feasibly can from museums and other educational institutions, but of course I very much rely on user submissions on that. So if you got photos of animal skulls from museums or your university and you're allowed to take photos and use them, please send them my way. That'd be fantastic. And other than that, I guess my main research interests are the introduction of the domestic cats and looking at the folklore and ritual of animal bones in post-medieval Britain.
I'm Alex Fitzpatrick. I don't do any fun hashtag games because I'm not smart enough to think of them first. But I am on Twitter at ArchaeologyFitz. I write on a blog called Animal Archaeology. And you can find me there. And again, use that hashtag ArchaeoAnimals so we can hear from you about what you want to hear from us and, what excites you about zooarchaeology. And again, for any zooarchaeologists out there who want to talk about their research, just let us know and send us questions so we can answer them on the show. And I think that about wraps up episode 0, unless there's anything else you can think of.
Also, we're both pretty big fans of Dragon Age, so please ask us to do an episode of a bestiary of Dragon Age.
But not Bethesda, but BioWare, if you're listening to us, please send us Dragon Age stuff. We would love it. Thank you. Please put ads on our show for Dragon Age. Thank you. I think that's about it for episode 0.
I presume as much.
So subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play. And remember to look for new episodes on the first Tuesday of each month.
This show is produced and recorded by the Archaeology Podcast Network, Chris Webster and Tristan Boyle, in Reno, Nevada, at the Reno Collective.
This has been a presentation of the Archaeology Podcast Network. Visit us on the web for show notes and other podcasts at www.archpodnet.com. Contact us at chris@archaeologypodcastnetwork.com.
Thanks again for listening to this episode and for supporting the Archaeology Podcast Network. If you want these shows to keep going, consider becoming a member for just $7.99 US a month. That's cheaper than a venti quad eggnog latte. Go to archpodnet.com/members for more info.
Shop Plato's Closet tax-free August 2nd through 4th for back-to-school styles. We sell the trendy, gently used styles you need to make a difference in the world and in your wallet for back-to-school shopping. Save up to 70% off regular retail prices by choosing recycled styles. Save even more when you shop tax-free this weekend. Make a change that others can respect and repeat. Shop Plato's Closet in North Charleston and West Ashley this year for your back-to-school looks. Plato's Closet, located in West Ashley on Sam Rittenberg Boulevard and North Charleston on Rivers Avenue.
Back to school savings are officially in session at Tanger Outlets. Shop tax-free August 2nd through 6th and save up to 70% off the latest school styles. The best of apparel, footwear, accessories, and more. Save at Nike Factory Store, American Eagle, Gap Outlet, Crocs, Under Armour, Banana Republic Factory, and hundreds more. There's always something happening. Discover the latest fun and events all season long. Tanger Outlets, your savings destination.